Yo, after a long off season, the West Coast crossover is back. I am JD.
And I am Jeremiah the Prophet. And this is the podcast where if your team ain't the Lakers, then your team is trash. And if your podcast ain't this, it's weak as fuck.
Facts. Yo, we happy to be back after a long off season. Plenty to talk about. Of course, the king is here and expectations are high. But before we get into all that, Prophet, let them know what's happening right off the rip.
LeBron done jumped the ship. Yeah, he jumped the ship. Tired of J.R. Smith shooting up them bricks. Yeah, and point guards getting cross. He got cross, hit the floor. Now he finally got a point guard that'll pass the rock. Hey, bitch, you thought the West Coast cross stop. Shit don't never stop. This that shit to make your jaws drop like you giving top. Hey, we got hard hitters like the Warriors. Except they light skin, but we got the dark niggas like LeBron with us. Hey.
Yeah, and that sounds good to me. Yo, things are kicking off for the Lakers. It is the 2018-2019 season. We are in the preseason. We already got one game back behind us, which the Lakers lost to the Denver Nuggets. No big deal on the final score there. The big story is LeBron James making his debut in the Laker colors, man. What did you think about that?
Bro, it's still crazy to look and see that LeBron James is on the Lakers, man. I mean, we've had a lot of real come through, the best players, in my opinion. But to see another one on the Lakers, in the Lakers jersey, was just dope, man. It was fresh. Even though it wasn't for
another legend.
Yeah. And as far as on the court, man, when he was out there, that was the only time we had a positive rating against the other team. We were winning.
Yeah.
Basically,
so
if he had played all game, we'd have been looking dope.
Right, yeah. So don't be fooled by that final score. LeBron James actually was on the plus side of the plus negative, as was a lot of the starters, man. And the Lakers jumped out. They showed that it's going to be exciting right out the gate. Off the tip, they threw a lob to JaVale McGee. Set things off nice for the Lakers, man, and there was just a lot of excitement in the building. LeBron didn't score too much, but you could see his team, man. The team looked way different, man. I noticed it right out the gate. Like, man, this is different. What we're seeing is different. The young players are looking a lot better. And one thing that I noticed, the main guy that's going to benefit LeBron's presence seems to be B.I. Just judging off of one preseason game, I know. But B.I. seems to have improved his game over the summer, which we expected. But LeBron being there seems to just enhance him a little bit more, man. I'm looking forward to big things from him.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram looked really good, dog. He was active on defense and on a whole different level to me. He looked like he was in passing lanes and was moving his feet better. That was dope to see. And then as far as his offensive game was going, it really looked like more of the same of last year, just that LeBron's presence is going to make it to where he's not being as keyed in on. You know?
Yeah, exactly. His efficiency should go through the roof. Hey, you mentioned something good though. His defense was something that I noticed too, and I was like, bruh, hey, if he keeps up the defense like this and he continues to improve, we might be looking at Brandon Ingram as a potential defensive team selection in the future, man, because he's putting it together along with his offensive game. I really like what Ingram's doing out there on the court.
Man, he got long arms, long legs. He's kind of quick for his height, and
he's getting thicker a little bit too.
Yeah. And he don't got to get a whole lot bigger than what he is. A lot of times we be wanting everybody to be swole like LeBron, but I mean, KD gets that shit, gets it in. If he just gets a little bit more muscle tone and starts using his body a little bit better, man, he's going to be vicious. Both sides of the ball. I also like what I saw from Kuz, man. What'd you think about that?
You know, Kuz is my favorite player on the Lakers still, even with LeBron there. And I know he struggled from the field a bit, but I actually like the way that Kuz was playing. And one thing that really jumped out to me about Kuz was that they actually put him in at center. Yeah. And personally, I love that move. I love that move. In today's NBA, Kuz can do that for you for stretches of time. And I don't see any center in the league, small ball, tall, that can deal with Kuz on the offensive end. We'll see how that works out for him on the defensive end. He's not the greatest defender, but the Lakers are making a more concentrated effort to play team defense. So they'll be able to disguise his weaknesses there and be able to take advantage of him on the offensive end when they're playing him at center. So I definitely like that move by the Lakers. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the season.
Yeah, with Kuz, what I like about his game is somewhat of a double-edged sword, because I did like that he was still the same aggressive with LeBron on the court and all the new pieces. You know, he's not that type of dude that's going to stop shooting because there's another nigga on the team and try to defer. That's not in his character, and that's pretty dope. But on the flip side of that, to me, his shot selection is a little bit suspect. You know, I worry about that a little bit, but I'll take it from what he'll do. As far as playing that 5, I agree with you completely, man. On offense, it's going to be a plus. On defense, we're going to have to help the bench.
Yeah, because he was definitely looking like a pure gunner out there. And I think what he was just trying to do, he was also trying to show off that he improved over the summer. And he was just really trying to show all that off in one game. Led to some poor shot selection, but I think he'll even out. He'll be good. But speaking of center, man, JaVale McGee. Yeah, he impressed me a lot. I was being optimistic about JaVale coming into the season, but I think with the way the Lakers space the floor and the amount of playmakers that they have on the floor at any given time, it's going to help JaVale tremendously. He's still fast. He gets up and down the floor, and he's getting a lot of easy dunks and layups in transition. JaVale McGee is going to be a big piece for the Lakers this season. I think bigger than what a lot of people were expecting out of JaVale McGee this year.
Yeah, man. The fact that he's one of the 2 centers that we really have on the roster. They're kind of slotting Mo Wagner as a center, but he's really a power forward. As far as traditional bigs go, he's going to get his fair share of minutes, and I've always felt that he's always been decent enough at what he does. You know, he hasn't got a lot of a shot because of, reputation. I think that on the Warriors, they didn't need him to do so much, but when he was in, he played very well. So I was also optimistic about him on the Lakers. I'm not saying he's going to play 30 minutes a game, but he definitely can hold down his spot and what need him to do, man. It was pretty dope to see him there. We also got a little bit of a chance to see your boy, KCP, man. What did you think about KCP's shot selection, my nigga? I know you was out there watching.
Hey, let me tell you something. Already out the fucking gate, man. KCP has established himself as the Laker that I'm going to hate this year. I wanted to give KCP a chance. I told y'all I wanted to give KCP a chance. And
come on, bro.
he's just...
It lasted one preseason game?
Not just one preseason. Lock him back up in jail if you have to. I don't care what it is. Take KCP off. He was out there taking whack shots, missing all of them. How long do you think it's going to take for Josh Hart to take KCP's spot?
Man,
that's the real question here.
Josh Hart is a baller. He's team basketball. He can ball in the context of what Luke is trying to do. But KCP, being the defender that he is, Luke Walton might give him a little bit of a leash. Even though Josh Hart's a baller on defense too, he just might give him an extra little bit of a leash because when somebody's diving on the ground for the ball and all that shit, it wins the coach over. But I'm hoping this nigga doesn't play too many minutes, dog.
That's this fool's best attribute is diving on the floor. That's his best attribute. If that's your best attribute, that's not good, man. He need to be sitting down.
Man, you know what? He's supposed to be improved on his three-point shot, which was already basically the team leading percentage, right up there. He's probably was the Lakers' best three-point shooter. And he's improved supposedly. Now, in games, shit doesn't translate to me because he shoots so many. I mean, he probably would be 100% from fucking three-point line if the nigga only shot when he was open. But he shoots these running bullshit shots, dog, with niggas like on the side of him or just like super rush. And it's like, man, you can't do that shit with LeBron on the team, dog. That nigga gonna sock you in the motherfucking mouth. But that's what I really hope happens. Is that LeBron's like, hey, check it out, my nigga. He sits down with Clutch Sports and was like, we'll drop you from this whole shit, bro. If you keep shooting that bullshit.
And not even LeBron, man, because I don't even want him to hurt himself. But you could send somebody like, I don't know, Isaac Bonga or somebody like that over there to go ahead and fire off on KCP. Like, hey, you want some minutes, Bonga? Do what you got to do.
Take off on
Bonga that jaw. Right,
hey, who else do we have out there? We got a little bit of a chance to see Rondo, and Rondo was already out there trolling the motherfucking players at the free throw line and talking shit and throwing alley-oops to JaVale McGee and shit. And I already started from the gate believing that Rondo is going to be a fucking major plus to the Lakers. Dog. I love that shit.
I am with all of that stuff that he was doing on the court. From the shit that he was talking to the way that he was playing. He ended up in only 23 minutes. He ended up with 11 assists in a preseason game. So Rondo was out there balling, and the
Wait,
way
he
that
had
the
11
offense
assists?
was
I didn't. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I didn't look at the stat sheet.
He had 11 assists, 2 turnovers, 7 boards, and then he had 2 points on 1 for 3, looking kind of scared to shoot the ball. So typical Rondo stuff, right? So I'm with that, dude. And honestly, the way Lonzo Ball plays, it looks a lot like what Rondo looks like what Lonzo might aspire to be at some point, just hopefully with the jump shot. Hopefully, too, Lonzo coming back will make KCP move to the bench. Maybe they can both play in the backcourt together. I'd like to see that a little bit.
Nah, bro.
No.
Nah.
Yes.
Let me stop you right now.
If that means KCP on the bench, I am with that. With any decision.
Let me stop you right now because I'm going to tell you this. Look, one of the things I was right about to get into next that I was discouraged by was that when Rondo came off the court and LeBron was already off the court, Brandon Ingram took over, primary ball handling responsibilities along with Josh Hart and some others. And the team went immediately back to fucking ball. Immediately they went to one pass, shot, no pass shot, and it was like ridiculous, dude. And so I can easily see how they're going to want to make sure and stagger Lonzo and Rondo, and you definitely can't have Lonzo, Rondo, and LeBron on the bench of the team.
Nah.
That can never happen.
No, I feel you on that. So Lonzo or Rondo got to come off the bench. I'm cool. So Josh Hart, though, you can still step in for KCP and then still bring in somebody else, Svi or somebody for KCP. I don't know. KCP, dog.
Hey, Svi is a fucking baller, dog. I actually really like him.
So do I.
I like Josh Hart a lot too, man. But you said earlier that Kuzma is still your favorite player with LeBron on the game in the Laker uniform, and I'm gonna still be that dude that says Lonzo Ball is my favorite player, man.
And that's probably only because D'Angelo's not on the roster.
Nah, nigga, you crazy. Lonzo, I like the family. Y'all are. Anybody who listens to the podcast knows I rock with them. He's from the IE. But I just really like the way he plays defense and passes, man. Those are some things that I just really like a lot from players. And he's from the IE, so I represent him. Of course, LeBron James is the motherfucking man. And he's right behind. Since he just came to the Lakers, I couldn't ride and switch up that fast on my nigga.
Yeah, I couldn't put him right there that fast, but it won't take me long to get him there, depending on how this season goes. And if it goes the way that I'm expecting, like I said earlier, Lakers number 2 in the West. And I do honestly see a path for them to win a championship. Be that as it may, y'all might think that is blasphemous, but I think it's possible. Facts. So that's what I'm looking for from the Lakers this year. I saw a lot of improvement on the floor, and all that did was confirm my excitement for this season moving forward. They got the Denver Nuggets again coming up. Denver sat down a couple of players. I think they'll be back tonight. Lakers should have a full squad for the most part, minus Lonzo. Luke said Lonzo's been practicing, been looking good in practice, but that's pretty much what you expect the coach to say to the media. We'll see how that looks when he actually gets on the floor and how he's able to mesh with all these new guys.
Yeah, man. I am so excited, man. I can't wait to watch this game tonight just to see if there's any improvement on the team chemistry when LeBron is off the floor, because I already know we're going to do well when LeBron is there, man. I'm very optimistic about how we're going to play as long as he's there, healthy and balling. And I'm happy about where our team is trending, like most Laker fans should be. The only thing I'm not optimistic about is our motherfucking team roster photo, dog. I think that shit might not come out as good as the season might come out, dog.
Man, I had that same thought. Funny that you should mention, dude. And I really had that thought when I saw Michael Beasley hop on the floor, who still has the most ghetto ass braids that I've seen in years, dog. What in the world, Michael Beasley? And then, that nigga actually looks like Delonte West, my nigga. Yes, I am. I think I am.
Are you trying to say you look like Delonte West and you're trying to get into the motherfucking roast? Is that what you're trying to do?
I am trying to get into the roasting session. Get it!
Oh, shit. Bro, the fucking Lakers roster is just filled with a lot of ratchet looking shit, man. It just there's a lot of broke motherfuckers on the Lakers for some reason. Like you said, you got Michael Beasley looking like Delonte West. This nigga does. He does have those braids that are like fucking like always 2 weeks old.
Always.
How does that happen, nigga?
Always looks like you just took your beanie off or something.
I think he got a bitch with slippery fingers doing his braids. You know what I'm saying? She needs to put some of that fucking talcum powder on her.
Does she even have fingers? Because she might be braiding his hair with her toes.
Yeah, there's something going on, man. Who else we got on there, Doug? Your boy, you said we was looking that there was a dude sitting next to LeBron the whole game.
Oh, hey, yeah, there was some light-skinned dude, some dude who won't make the team or he'll be playing on South Bay. What was his name? Jeffrey Carroll, right?
Gotta be him.
First of all, this nigga's going all Trae Young in the hair. I see it.
No.
I see him trying to grow the sides out because he can still afro off the sides. And he's like trying to pick it up at that angle that covers that bald spot that's coming on in the middle.
The black man's comb over.
There you go. He has that George Jefferson coming on. But this dude is not going to make the team, but it was the guts to me because the whole game, all he did was sit next to LeBron James and just talk to LeBron. I'm sure he was texting somebody like, dog, take a picture of me talking to LeBron. Throw that shit on the ground. I need to get some groupie love before I get cut and sent home out this bitch. Yeah. Dog, just take a picture of me talking to him. I'll just text it myself. I'll say I'm socializing with him, talking about we going out to the club, this, that, and the other. And I would just make it look like I'm part of the team. I got to get in on this because I don't think this dude's going to be on the roster for long. He was just trying to get in all of LeBron's shine, dog. It was just guts, just how.
Man. Hey, but you know what? I can't blame him. That was actually a pretty decent strategy to be on TV, niggas. Like, sit next to LeBron and just keep pretending like I got some bullshit to tell him, nigga.
Yeah, he knew the camera was going to keep panning to LeBron. And every time he was talking, like, what are you talking to this nigga about so much? You're not playing. You're not talking about strategy. You're not going to get in the game. What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? And speaking of what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, Brandon Ingram, dog? You look like Rick James, nigga. Stop with the braid situation, dog, is out of control, man. You gotta pick a hairstyle and stick to that shit, dog, and figure it out, dog.
Hey, clearly he has not left South Central. He's still hanging out in the same spots. He's still got that same gangster draw.
In
and
that
his
wheelchair with the
braids are getting longer.
In the wheelchair with the pacifier in his mouth.
Right, wheelchair pacifier, everything. They either don't know or don't show. I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
And why you always high, my nigga? Don't nobody check Brandon Ingram and be like, bro, you can't be high like that all the time. Or is it just me, nigga? Is it just me projecting?
I know it's not fucking JaVale McGee's dopey looking ass. He's not going to say anything about it. Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of JaVale McGee, Shaqtin' a fool. He didn't do it on the court, but he had braids too, and he had the shag going on, which was one thing. Yeah. But he's decided to go ahead and give that its own individual set of braids, which was the absolute guts to match his gutty braids. And I'm like, these dudes are really trying to bring these braids back. They really are.
I don't understand his natural hair movement flat top with the fucking headband, but yet the 3 fucking braided cat of 9 tails that he got hanging off the back of his neck.
All I can say is he looked good in the preseason, and maybe the longer that shag gets, the better he gets. So fucking grow it out.
Fucking grow it out, dog. Speaking of grow it out, dog. Why does LeBron James only grow out his beard on the 2 sides of his chin, nigga? Does he put a fucking beard cleft into his chin, dog? Why the fuck does he do that? I was checking that out, dog. Like, he has a part in his beard, nigga. What the fuck?
Well, if you look at it, it's like it's all symmetrical with the middle of his hairline. You know what I'm saying? He cannot grow hair consistently, I guess, in the middle of his skull anywhere, in the front of his face, on top of his head. So it just gets all patchy and blotchy. And again, he's in L.A. Obviously, he hasn't been spending that much time here. Otherwise, somebody would have helped him out with that because we got that here. Holler at Deion Sanders if you have to, because he seems to have figured it out.
No, you know what it is, dog. Real talk. LeBron's hairline is getting thicker as fuck, dog. You can't talk about this nigga's hairline no more. But what I think it is, I think they're plucking that shit from the center of his beard, nigga. They're plucking it from the center of his beard, dog. Follicle and all, dog. And implanting
a hairline barrier to keep it from receding.
That's why his shit done all the way quite turn over, nigga. Like, if you notice, dog, he has two different textures going on in this shit, dog.
It's like
he got that fucking
grades.
This nigga got pubic hair and beard hair sprinkled on his fucking edges, dog.
Mixed in with his armpit hair.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, that's how he's putting all this shit together. But I ain't mad at him, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
If that shit works, nigga, I'm gonna go to Hollywood and have that shit for my shit, dog. 'Cause my edges is kind of peeling back too.
If it brings the Lakers back to where they supposed to be, hey, do whatever you got to do.
Do whatever the fuck you gotta do. You know what, dog? It would feel like colorism and like the old school fucking school days mentality, nigga, to make too many jokes about Isaac Bonga. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave him the fuck alone, dog, because really I like him, dog, and I can't think of no jokes on this nigga that just would come off horribly, dog. That's some shit that we gotta say off camera. But y'all take a picture of him. Take a look at his picture, man, and y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I will just say this. There's no way his birth name is Isaac.
No, it may be. It may be, because there may have been planned the whole year, the whole time to send him out here.
I don't know.
But his middle name, nigga, is Vicious, dog. Just believe that.
And then also, did you see what's his name? He didn't play, but Moritz Wagner was looking very angry. Mr. Alt-Right himself was like looking like he was upset that all these dudes was on the floor playing. All these black dudes was on the floor getting shine, and like, not him.
Yeah, you know what? They always say he plays on the edge, dog.
There it
by
is.
the look of his picture, dog, it looked like it's a racist edge, dog. I'm just saying.
Right.
Just by the picture.
He looked like he's on the bench liking alt-right tweets and everything.
Hey, look, he's a baller, dog. He played at Michigan State, and I like him a lot. And I'm not by any means saying that he's racist at all. I don't believe that to be evident. But he sure the fuck looks like it, dog. He's German, and he just looks like he was just part of the fucking movement.
It's his name doesn't help anything, and you can't help but say Wagner. Like, no, you don't need to correct me. I know that's the V.
Yeah, he'd be on the bench looking like if he dies, he dies.
Right. He was losing by 20, like with no emotion at all. He wasn't excited about LeBron, nothing. He was just there, ready to play, and confused as to why he didn't.
He be training with all that fucking Russian technology and shit.
Hey, you know what? Actually, he did have to be confused by why he wasn't playing, because I was confused by why Jonathan Williams was playing, because I did not know who the hell this dude was. But he hopped on the court, and he actually put in some work, dude, that made me think, like, this guy might be able to make the roster. He scored 8 points in only 12 minutes. I mean, I know it was garbage time and everything, but he got in there and he did his thing, man. So shout out to that dude. I'm going to have to keep my eye on him, and then I'm going to have to see what he's doing on the court, too, because I might have to roast his ass, too.
Yeah, man. He kind of does look like the fucking thing from Ice Age that be like searching for that nut all the time, nigga. At the beginning of the shit, I used to go watch that with the kids, and that nigga looks a lot like that fucking squirrel animal thing.
I see it. Yeah, he's got a very long, narrow Sesame Street that me guy. He's got that look going on.
Yeah, man. But Mo Wagner actually didn't play this time because he's injured, and he hurt his knee in summer league, and he's not going to be playing throughout the whole preseason.
He better get to Germany and get that fucking blood transfusion. I know he got the hookup.
Right, because I want to see him on the court blocking shots, telling niggas 9 when they try to dunk on him. You know,
I won't even be offended.
Oh, I'm fucking ready for that, bro. You know, and we have some other foreign-born players on the team, and one we were just talking about how much we like a lot, and that is my nigga Svi. Svi is a baller, dog. He has a lot of game, dude. I've been watching him throughout. Before the preseason, he was playing with his home team in Baklak, and this nigga was getting buckets on everybody. He's unstoppable. He's not just the team leader. He looks like the best player on the court in every game that I've ever watched him play overseas. He also has a lot of swag to his game, man.
He's got a lot of John B to him.
Yeah, man. Something is really John B. Justin Bieber in his game, nigga.
Right. Don't be surprised to see him pull that Dirk Nowitzki and just date a bunch of black chicks and end up marrying one.
Yeah, you know what? I would not be surprised. And for whatever sister is out there at the Laker games, you know, trying to pull a Laker, you know what? You get the green light from Prophet to go holla at Sfee.
Yes, hit that Sfee pointer.
Exactly. I'm not gonna say this nigga last name though.
Nah,
I'm not gonna
never.
tip that all season. I'm gonna need a season's worth of listening to 3 different versions of that shit.
Facts.
I understand it, dog.
Hey, for some reason, it took me long enough just to get to Sfee.
Exactly. We're gonna roll with that. Lance Stevenson, it might be a fucking problem, dog. Lance Stevenson has been balling and all. I mean, he did a little bit of his thing in the game, but I could just see some ignorant. I mean, I like some ignorant on the team, but he got a little extra, dog. This nigga's got a, you know what I'm saying? I take a 75% ignorant. He could probably get about an 82. You know?
Yeah, you know what? I've kind of seen that in him since the off season. Just something about this dude had me shaking my head with that, oh, that boy ain't right type of mentality to me. Like, I get that same feeling. And I had that feeling that he was going to be the Laker that I ended up hating this year before KCP reestablished his dominance in that domain.
Yeah.
But Stevenson is definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. We knew coming in that he could be up to some kind of weird ass hijinks and antics and all that other shenanigans he likes to be on. But yeah, something about that dude just ain't right, dog. Something about him is sketchy.
Hey, you know, when I think of Lance Stevenson, you know what I think of? It makes me think of one of our devoted followers, Devin Reese. He comments on a lot of different shit on Lakers, on Lakers blogs and shit. And I hope you're listening, man, out there. Shout out to my man Devin Reese. Please keep posting and all. We love interacting with you, but sometimes he got some ignorant takes on the Lakers, in my opinion, man. This motherfucker loves players that fucking just get buckets and shit and get pulled the fuck out the game. And he never understands why goofy niggas get pulled out the game. And so I feel like that Lance Stevenson is gonna fill the Jordan Clarkson role that he so desperately misses.
and he's going to be demanding that he gets 36 minutes a game.
Yeah. I can see throughout the season Devin Reese being like, nigga, they need to play Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson, and then we would have won that game. Because
I could see him saying, you know what, if the Lakers just never would have traded D'Angelo.
Nigga, I used to like D'Angelo and all on that, man. But yeah, bro, you know, some niggas just can get buckets, and you see the talent and all that, and you wish they would do better, but they just don't, nigga. And Michael Beasley is one of them dudes that worries me because he gets buckets. He gets buckets. If you let that nigga, he gets the mellow buckets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
be a liability too.
But then every once in a while, dog, this nigga will just do some ignorant shit. Lance Stevenson is doing an ignorant shit the whole entire game. And it's fun to watch and shit. I mean, everything he does is ignorant. You be like, oh shit, he should have did. Okay, yeah, that worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, that shit is not going to work very well with Luke Walton. I'm sure after a minute, though, he's going to get on Luke's last damn nerve.
Right, and he's going to be sitting on the bench, and it is what it is if he's not getting that line, man. Like I said, we knew that was coming with Stevenson. Either he was going to be able to help the team, or we were just going to have to sit him down and roll with what we got. And we got enough that if he can't help, that we'll be all right without him. So whatever.
We haven't talked a lot about Luke Walton, bro. What do you think? I mean, how do you think that Luke Walton is going to end up feeling about, you know, the meme team of fucking, you know, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, and fucking Michael Beasley on the squad? Do you think they're going to end up wearing on his fucking nerves, dog? Because he's a pretty cool dude.
Hell yeah. Even if they don't try to, I don't know how they won't, but I think what Walton is going to do, I think he's going to try to handle that the best that he can, but I think they have leadership in place, and James and Rondo on the player level to kind of help, stymie some of that. And then also you got guys like Magic that he can lean on to help stymie some of that as well. And those guys aren't integral to the team. And I think JaVale McGee, he's going to be fine. He'll fall in line. And anybody else that's a detriment and isn't able to fall in line, they'll just, they'll do away with those dudes because all the core pieces that we really need, all those are solid dudes. So I think Luke Walton has all the resources in place that he needs to deal with that. And if you're just going to be a knucklehead, man, just go ahead and get out of here because clearly we ain't about that. We about making the playoffs and winning. And it's just no room for that, man. We brought you on to do a specific thing. Do that without all the extras, without too much of the extras.
Facts. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say, once again, that our main problem when it comes to that ignorant shit, that brings me back to motherfucking KCP, man, because he's a nigga that is kind of integral to the fucking team. He cannot be traded until December or something like that, even if they wanted to. And with his type of ignorance is fucking, kind of more detrimental to me than what Lance Stevenson does, Michael Beasley does, or what JaVale McGee does. And he's not even considered part of that meme team shit, but I'll have that nigga at the top of mine.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that dude. But you kind of right. There's not much we can do about that because I know he's going to end up getting his minute and he's going to play. And all I can do is just hope and pray for the good KCP and not the normal KCP.
Oh, shit. All right.
I
was wondering where you was going.
I hate that dude so much, dude.
Look. Okay, on the Lakers, do I hate any of the Lakers? I got to think about it a little bit. Some of y'all niggas, you guys, please, in the comments, let's go ahead and talk about vitriol for Lakers. Because, I was thinking, man, to be fair, I've been talking a lot of shit about the people who are hating on LeBron and just don't like that nigga, dog. I can't understand.
Are they still out there, though?
I do run into them. I run into different people, man, at work and different times, and they're like, I'm a Laker fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm going to have to try to get used to this shit. And,
at least they're going to try.
Take a while. And because this nigga, and he did this, and whatever, dog. Man, I had to stop being judgmental and say to myself, is there Lakers that I just hated their fucking guts? And I could really only think of one Laker who I hated his fucking guts. But it was because of what he did on the floor. And that was Kwame Brown. I hated that nigga, dog. I hated that nigga. If I seen him on the street, I would try to swerve my car, bump into him on a low, and then just pretend like I didn't try to get out. Oh, what happened? Are you all right? And drive off. I don't like that guy that much, nigga. He was a pain in my ass and made us lose multiple games. JD doesn't like KCP for pretty much the same reasons. Are there any people out? Is there people on the Lakers team or past or present that y'all don't like? Put it in the comments, man. I want to know. Let's talk about
Smush Parker. Samaki Walker.
I didn't mind Smush Parker that much, but Samaki Walker, I didn't like him either.
I seen him in person, and I hated him even more.
I hated Karl Malone. He was the best player.
Oh, well, I didn't hate him, but I hated
that nigga, dog.
There was something about him I could never quite get over.
Bro, we can go on a motherfucking Karl Malone roast battle session right now. I got 100 for that motherfucker. That nigga, that old cornball sellout, fucking truck driving ass, fucking country twang, fucking Kobe wife trying to get at ass, fucking, I don't want to play with Magic. The nigga might sweat on me, bitch ass, fucking swole, bitch ass. Karl Malone, I can't stand that nigga, man. Oh, no championship having. Charles Barkley almost ass, fucking wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for the cheating ass white dude with the short shorts passing it to you every time. I can't stand Karl Malone, bitch ass. Damn it, I hate that. So there is somebody who was on the Lakers. Oh yeah, and that bitch ass nigga, suspect ass injury, didn't play in the fucking finals, and so we lose to the Detroit Pistons ass nigga. I hate him. So whoever else y'all don't like,
handlebar mustache having
black man that wears a cowboy hat and has a handlebar fucking mustache. Never trust a black man with cowboy boots on. That nigga is not to be trusted. He has no integrity and doesn't believe in anything.
And you speak with a racist Southern accent. How? It's one thing to have a Southern accent, but you got the racist one. How?
Facts. I'm serious. And this goes out to anybody who even looks like Karl Malone. if you know any black man, this goes for white people, Asian people, anybody, this is a tip from Jeremiah the Prophet. If you have a black man in your life and that nigga wears a fucking cowboy hat and he has fucking cowboy boots and he drives a fucking truck and he has a tang twang accent, don't trust that motherfucker. I'm serious. Don't trust that nigga. He's selfish. He's out for himself, and he's trying to blend in so that he can get all the come ups he can, and that's all he's about.
Hey, yo, shout out to Brian Berglund if you're listening. I still love you.
Nigga, whoever that nigga is, fuck that nigga. Because I don't trust him. I'm serious.
Karl Malone's ruined it for you, Brian.
Karl Malone, not just Karl Malone, man. Many before and after Karl Malone. Any nigga that says, yeah, don't ever trust that nigga. I'm telling you right now. That's all I got to say for the West Coast Crossover Podcast. The Lakers play tonight against the fucking Nuggets again. And Jameer, what the fuck is that nigga name that I hate on the Nuggets with the fucked up hairline? No, the nigga with the edges. No. Their guard, the shooting guard.
Gerald Harris, I mean.
No, not Gary Harris, dog.
I hate that.
He's a point guard, shooting guard, man. Never mind, man. Y'all niggas will see him. Look for the nigga with the fucked up hairline that has edges like a bitch that been brushing her hair back too tight since the second grade.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal fucking Murray. When you see that nigga.
Oh, yeah. He does. Yeah, he does have that hairline like that chick with the hair that's too short for a ponytail, but she's going to do it anyway.
Yeah, man. And he got that witch nose with the crooked teeth, dog. Don't like that guy.
He's that one that talks the most shit, too.
Yeah. So when you see him come across the screen, do the West Coast Crossover a favor and boo him collectively with us all across the world, even in the Philippines.
Flip him off. And if Isaiah Thomas gets on the floor, feel free to laugh at him, too.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyways, y'all be easy out there. Make sure you subscribe to all of our different sites, from Twitter to Facebook to YouTube, Spreaker, iTunes. Give us the 5 stars and let us know what you think about the podcast. And make sure and let us know who's the most hated Laker you've ever had on our team. And matter of fact, let us know which player you hate across the NBA so we can talk about that and we'll roast that motherfucker next episode.
Facts. I am JD.
And I am Jeremiah the Prophet. We out this bitch.
Peace.